Come on, Ray. Come on. You can do it, Ray. You're nearly there. Come on, Ray. Yes. Yes. Yes, he's done it. And with 3.1 seconds still on the clock, Re95 has achieved total victory and has become the ultimate champion of Ninja Warrior of Halo. Wow. Down to the first one now. Drago's... Oh no, he's missed it again and he's gone. Come on, we're all watching on. Come on, 1, 2 to go. No! The time is up. He's going for it. He's quickly across the pillow. He's too quick. He's got stuck. No, he's gone. No! Oh, he's over the hurdle. Yes. No! He's gone. He's slipping and sliding. Can he hang on? Ooh, no he can't. He's done. Coming on to the halfway point. Oh no, but he undershoots the third one, and he's undone again. He's going to the very top. That's a good technique. Oh, but now it's a terrible landing. Ree's gone. In a straight line, got to be taken very carefully. Oh no, and Drago didn't do that. You've got to head up to the second one, which is above you. You've got to get the jump just right, and he hasn't done. Did. Can redo it. 5th one, 6th one, 7th one. No, Ree! He's onto it. He goes for it. He goes too fast now. Smokey Massacre is undone. Rose, come on, Smokey. Last turn. 1 jump. Smokey, he goes for it. No! Smokey is gone. Everyone holds their breath. He goes for it. He goes for speed. He goes too fast. Oh no! Stay. He's stuck. He's stuck on the bump. Many have tried, many have failed, only one has ever succeeded. This is Ninja Warrior of Halo! Hello guys, I'm HuntUnit751 and welcome to the final ever episode of Ninja Warrior of Halo on the Xbox 360. So far we've seen 100 challengers step up to take on the 4-stage obstacle course. And in the first stage we saw a record 22 challengers successfully defeat the stage and advance to the second stage. In stage 2 the metal sprint proved to be merciless and the field was cut in half to 11, but again that was a record number moving on to the third stage. But so far in stage 3 we've seen 7 of our 11 survivors attempt it and none of them have succeeded. We have seen some promising performances though, with 6 of the 7 getting past the cliffhanger, 5 of them for their first time ever, 3 competitors making it to the last obstacle, but for 2 of them, Master Neuromac and Sane the Legend, who was our first place finisher in Tournament 15, they both suffered the heartbreaking pain of failing the last possible jump on the third stage, and it means so far no one has made it to the final stage. But there are still 4 challengers standing that could change all of that. They are the most experienced and successful competitors of all time on this course. They are the All-Stars, but all 4 of them are looking for revenge on a stage 3 obstacle that's taken them out in one of the last 2 tournaments. So will they have what it takes to get their revenge and make it to the final stage? Could one of them have what it takes to achieve total victory? Let the final ever battle begin. Well, it seems like a long time ago since UNAS Clanish kicked off stage 1 for the final ever 360 tournament. There are just 4 men still standing, and first up is Smokey Massacre. He made it to the final stage 2 tournaments ago, but in the last tournament he went out on the new Devil's Jump in stage 3. Now he's looking for revenge today. Will he be able to get his revenge and make it back to the final stage? He's considered by most competitors to be the most likely challenger to get to the final stage and the most likely to achieve total victory. Can Smokey live up to expectations? Can he live up to his own expectations? Can he achieve his dreams of achieving total victory and becoming the second Grand Champion? This is the make or break stage for the host of Halo Ninja Warrior. 8 obstacles, no time limit. First obstacle is the arm ball. New to him just as much as it is to anyone else. Gotta use the guns, roll the ball down the straight track, going over or under the little indentations and blocks that are in your way. He's crouched under the second one, he's moving very nicely so far. And off onto the third one. Nicely done by Smokey Massacre. It's a confident start. Now for the body prop. He has failed this once before, back in Tournament 12, the first tournament when it was introduced, but he has made it look easy since then, and he's flying through it so far. He gets the 5th one, and he's straight off the other side. Onto the curtain cling. Didn't have any trouble with this in the last tournament, and he flies straight up to the 2nd ledge. Onto the 3rd ledge. Up to the 4th ledge. Sprints to the 5th ledge, down to the 6th ledge, and he is already through and onto the cliffhanger. Smokey is making a statement tonight. He does not want stage 3 to stand in his way. Already onto the 2nd ledge, onto the 3rd ledge, safe jumps his way across. He is destroying stage 3 at the moment, and that is another competitor through the cliffhanger. But he's become used to getting through that cliffhanger. That's the 4th tournament in a row he's beaten it. Onto the jumping bars. 4 bars that get further and further apart, but Smokey's flying through these as well. Nothing is going to stop Smokey tonight. He's onto the Bridge of Destiny. Wiggles his way up that perfectly. And now, here comes the Devil's Jump. This is the obstacle that embarrassingly wiped him out in the last tournament. Wiped him out in a way that I didn't expect anyone to ever wipe out. Went too fast down the ramp here. He's going slower this time. Now he gets to attempt the actual obstacle. He's going to go for it straight away. Smokey! Yes! 1 obstacle left now, the Mongoose Slider, but even this one has to be taken carefully. It's already taken out Nuramak and Sane and Puma. Smokey prepares himself. The music stops. Everyone holds their breath. Smokey goes for it. It's a little bit of lag. Smokey! Oh, yes! He's done it! Smokey Massacre has done it! He's beaten stage 3 again! For the 2nd time in 3 tournaments, Smokey Massacre is moving on to the final stage. Unbelievable stuff from Smokey. Wow, wow, wow! That was perfect from Smokey Massacre. From start to finish, he flew through every single obstacle with ease. I have never seen a stage 3 attempted so effortlessly by Smokey Massacre. He had an aura of confidence, an aura of dominance about him. He was not going to let any one of these obstacles defeat him, including the Devil's Jump that took him out last time. And on the Mongoose Slider, he got the job done, but it was very close. He almost fell off the side there, almost pulled a Yamada. But he is no Yamada, he's Smokey Massacre. And he is moving back onto the final stage. That's how close it was to being a heartbreaking end for Smokey. But his dream is still alive. And Puma, Alpha Puma watching on, he got knocked out. But he is still here supporting Smokey. Unbelievable stuff from Smokey Massacre. He truly is an unbelievable competitor. And there's... oh, now the camera's going a bit crazy. The cameraman's gone insane. He's lost his mind just from staring at Smokey. Can Smokey defeat the final stage? Can he become the 2nd Grand Champion this time round? We're going to have to wait to find out, because there's still 3 more men waiting to take on the course. Wow, what an incredible start. Now let's see if Smokey's fellow All-Stars can join him. The first up out of our retiring War Dogs is Drago is Sick. In many people's eyes, you'd say Drago is Sick has had an incredible jumping career on Halo, establishing himself as one of the strongest and most consistent competitors on every single course he's competed on, and that is no more evident than on Ninja Warrior of Halo, where he's beaten Stage 1 more times than any other competitor. But for the man himself, Drago has always felt that he's missed that final little spark that he's needed to go all the way, that he's always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. He had to stand and watch as Re95 achieved total victory in Tournament 4, and he couldn't do it in the very next tournament. And then he had to suffer the exact same humiliating feeling on Halo Ninja Warrior, when he watched Buddy Jump succeed on the final stage and he couldn't. Many people are retiring because they simply don't have the time to compete anymore. You get the feeling with Drago though that he's retiring because he just isn't up for it anymore. He doesn't have the determination and motivation that he once had to become a top competitor and to be the top competitor. Always sitting in Ree's shadow, but you cannot deny Drago's stats on this course. 8 top 5 finishes, 3 second place finishes, 2 first place finishes, and one of only 4 competitors to ever make it to the final stage. So ever since he made his debut all the way back on Spartan Warrior all those years ago, you can't deny that Drago has become one of the most recognised and famous competitors of all time in Halo jumping. All that remains now is to see whether he can go out on a high and get his revenge on the body prop that took him out 2 tournaments ago. Drago makes his way for the 8th time in his career and the final time to the starting line of Stage 3. In fact, I just realised I said 8 times. In fact, I think that's 7 times actually, so I've already boo-booed. But he's on to the arm ball. It's not going to put him off. Re95 is the only competitor that's made it to the 3rd stage more times than Drago. He would love to beat the 3rd stage one last time, and on his last appearance. He's making good work of the arm ball so far, although he's having a little trouble on this last bit. The ball was rolling slightly backwards there, and his bullet shots were not getting it to move. He's still having a little bit of trouble, but he is there now. Now he faces the body prop, which shockingly took him out in Tournament 14. Can he beat it this time? Smokey flew through it. Drago's being a little bit more cautious with it. Each jump, of course, gets further and further apart. This one is a perfect crouch jump. This one is a perfect sprint jump. Drago presses himself where he goes for it nicely. Oh, he's safe jumping. He's safe jumping. No, Drago! No! It can't end like this! No, it cannot end like this! Drago! Drago's out! Again! On the body prop! Oh, this is unbelievable! It shouldn't have ended like this! He was safe jumping, he wasn't confident! It didn't look like he was confident right from the start, even on the arm ball. He made a mistake. And it just goes to show how far Drago has fallen. Once a top competitor that was always pushing for 1st place finishes, taken out on the body prop. Ninja Warrior is a cruel sport, and I never want to see Drago exit and retire like this, but that is exactly what happened, and it is a horrible end for Drago is Sick. What a horrible feeling for both Drago and for us. But if there's one competitor that can turn the mood around, it is definitely the next one. Once considered nothing but a wally and a derp with no hope of ever succeeding after that infamous Tournament 3 debut, xDOMdaBOMx is a man who has completely turned the tables and established himself as one of the best competitors on this course. Although in 14 appearances he has failed Stage 1 8 times, in his 6 other attempts he's made it to Stage 3 every time, and in his previous 5 attempts he's gotten further and further each time. Although he still brings his traditional ways of competing on this course, there is no denying Dom's skills. In Tournament 12, he finished in 2nd place, just missing out on tied 1st place with Re95. And it's not just on this course where he's shown off his skills. He was one of the original All-Stars on the Xbox 360 on Halo Ninja Warrior, making it to Stage 3 and producing this infamous moment on the course. So, xDOMdaBOMx has had a pretty good jumping career, but he has decided that this will be the end of the road, and he wants to go out on a high note. So for him, that would almost certainly be beating the cliffhanger. It's taken him out in both of his last 2 Stage 3 attempts in Tournaments 13 and 14, and he would love to make it 3rd time's the charm on this famous obstacle this time round. Does Dom have what it takes to do that? And if he does, could we see the unthinkable and see the king of the derps himself make it to the final stage? xDOMdaBOMx. For one last time, Michael Jackson moonwalking his way to the start line. Dom is, on a personal note for me, become such a good friend of mine, but from a professional point of view as well, he's also established himself as a top competitor on this course. He would have liked to have beat Stage 1 and made it to Stage 3 a few more times, but should be pointed out that out of those 8 Stage 1 failures, I'm pretty sure 7 of them came in his first, I don't even know. Yeah, 8 appearances? 7 appearances? Wait, no. Let me do the math on that. Yeah, 7 of those 8 Stage 1 failures did come in his first 8 appearances. So he's made it to Stage 3 in 5 of his last 6 appearances. Of course, as I say, he has that record of getting further and further each time. So to do that, he'll have to beat the cliffhanger, or at least get to the 3rd ledge of the cliffhanger this time round. Dom is... Oh my goodness, he walked backwards off the arm ball. He is determined that if this is his final appearance, he is gonna make it a memorable one. It's got to show some respect for this body prop though, after what it did to Drago. I do not want to see you fail this, Dom. Come on. Gets to the 4th one. This is the jump where Drago failed, but Dom is not gonna join him. He keeps on fighting. He's gonna do this just as much as for Drago as he is for himself, and he's straight onto the 2nd ledge. Just like Smokey. Up to the 3rd ledge. Looking pretty solid. And now he's getting into speed and races out the other side. He wants to get his Spartan boots on that cliffhanger. Can he do it this time? Can it be 3rd time's the charm for xDOMdaBOMx? It's one of the most famous obstacles of all time on Ninja Warrior, and he has been unable to beat it. Oh, Dom! Oh my goodness me! That would have been a horrible way to go out, and he knows it. Shooting me. But he survives. Goes for it this time. No, he still can't stick to it. Is he afraid of this obstacle? Is the king of the derps himself afraid of this obstacle? He can't get on it. Okay, he's on it now. No turning back now, Dom. Okay, he's punching the cliffhanger. That's not going to help, Dom. He's up to the 2nd ledge, and it's clean. Come on, Dom. This is the moment of truth. Can he get this 3rd ledge? He drops for it. He gets the save jumps. He's going for it. Dom goes for it nicely. No, it's not good enough. No, Dom. Oh, no. He's out. Once again on the cliffhanger. Oh, it is a horrible, horrible feeling. He almost did it. But he still is unable to beat the cliffhanger. He was looking good, but he didn't sprint. He thought he could make the jump without sprinting. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, he didn't sprint at all, and he fell short. What a horrible, horrible feeling. But at least it was better than almost failing like that. Put it that way. Nevertheless, xDOMdaBOMx, he would have loved to have gone further, but it is still another personal best. He once again keeps up his record of getting further and further on Stage 3. But it is the end of the road for xDOMdaBOMx. Well, that's 2 of our retiring All-Stars now taken out by past demons. unable to complete the obstacles that have beaten them in the past. And now there is just one man left to take on the third stage. One guy hoping to make it a tag team duo on the final stage with Smokey Massacre. If anyone can join him, it's this legend. The final ever competitor to take on Stage 3 on the Xbox 360 is Re95, our Grand Champion who went all the way back in Tournament 4. It's been almost 3 years and 12 tournaments since that incredible performance, but Re continues to bring his A-game in every single tournament since then, always putting on solid performances. He has beat Stage 1 10 times and beaten the second stage all 10 times, giving him a 100% record, and he has achieved a record-breaking 6 first place finishes, 2 second place finishes and 1 third place finish. His worst ever performance on the course was the warped wall, which he failed back in Tournament 8. Every other tournament he's been in, he's made it to at least the last obstacle on Stage 1. So there is no denying that Re has been one of the most recognisable competitors ever on this course. Such an incredible career he's had ever since he started his jumping career on Spartan Warrior back on Halo Reach, and he's always stood out as being the top dog and wanting to be the top competitor. But perhaps because of this, he knows better than anyone that all good things must come to an end. You cannot be at the top forever. So all that's left for Re now is to see if he can get his revenge on the jumping bars that took him out in the last tournament, and see if he can get to the final stage and climb that tower one last time to total victory and sit on that throne one last time as a champion. Re95 steps up to the start line of the third stage. The last ever run of Stage 3 on the Xbox 360. Okay, that's an interesting way to start. Sort of lowered the mood a little bit there. Let's hope Re's lag doesn't have an impact on his run onto the arm ball. He's faced so many different obstacles in the past, in so many tournaments, on so many stages, on 2 different consoles. He will not be fazed by this newest one to add to his collection. He's having a little bit of trouble getting through this last bump though. You've got to roll that ball pretty far before you can shoot it through, and it looks like he's not done enough. He's gonna have to go backwards. Oh, Re! Oh, Re! Oh my goodness me, that would have been a humiliating end, but he corrects himself and he's moving on. Not pretty, but Re survives, just as he has done so many times down the years. He is a fighter. He never gives up. He's always determined to put on strong performances. They might not be the fastest, they might not be the most exciting, but Re is always determined to get the job done. Onto the curtain cling. Moving nicely through it. He beat it in the last tournament, and it looks like he's going to do it again today. Now he faces the cliffhanger. It's beaten him before, beat him in Tournament 13, but he finally broke his cliffhanger duck in the last tournament. So can he do it again today? Can he avenge Dom's defeat? He gets the save jump nicely. He's being careful with it. He's being cautious. He goes for it now, and he gets it again. Nicely done, Re. He takes a pause. He has avenged xDOMdaBOMx's defeat. Now, can he beat the jumping bars? Drago couldn't beat the body prop. Dom couldn't beat the cliffhanger. Can Re defeat his demon? He's quickly onto the second bar. He quickly goes for the third bar. Now this is the jump where he failed in the last tournament. He went too fast. He went too far. Oh no! Oh yes! He almost undershot it, but Re survives. And he moves on to the Bridge of Destiny. Could he join Smokey Massacre in the final stage, the reigning champion. Could he get back to the final stage for a record 3rd time and defend his crown? Smokey is looking to take it away from him, but Ree is not giving it up without a fight. Onto the Devil's Jump. Now, he's actually faced an obstacle similar to this on Spartan Warrior before. Can he remember how to do it? That's the question. Looks like he does. Not much of a run-up, though. But Ree still gets it. Nice! He's onto the Mongoose Slider. He hasn't attempted this obstacle since Tournament 6. But he beat it in Tournaments 2 and 4. Tournament 4 on his way to achieving total victory. Can he do it again this time? He knows what he's doing. He goes for speed. He goes for it, Ree! No! No! It was so close! No! But it's all over for our Grand Champion at the very end of Stage 3. Oh, what a bittersweet moment. That is the best performance Ree has put on the course in any tournament since he achieved total victory. He was powering his way through every obstacle. He was cool, he was calm, he was calculated. He got his revenge on the jumping bars, just about. And then he knew what he was doing for the Devil's Jump. It looked like he knew what he was doing for the Mongoose Slider as well. But he got sideways, he got a decent height on the ramp, but he was angled sideways and he couldn't save it. And that is how close Ree was to joining Smokey on the final stage. Nevertheless, Ree95, our Grand Champion, one of arguably the most successful competitor of all time, his Ninja Warrior of Halo career is over. End of the road for Ree, but we have been able to get a quick chat with him before we say goodbye. Ree95, you've just tragically fallen short at the very end of Stage 3.
I feel pretty devastated. I mean, the best Stage 3 attempt I've had is I cleared Tournament 4. Pretty happy with my final run, of course.
I was going to say, yeah, this is your 14th appearance and your last ever appearance. You've competed alongside some great competitors such as Drago is Sick and NWOH, and more recently competitors such as xDOMdaBOMx and Smokey Massacre. Does competing with all these other competitors that you've come to know make competing on this course even better?
I feel that having more people that can match your performance and potentially do better than you, I feel like being the powerhouse and not having anyone there with you will just be boring. Having actual people that go up against the course with and try to achieve total victory with you and actually have a chance of doing it, I think that it does enrich the experience quite a bit.
As you now know, Smokey Massacre has made it to the final stage. With you now sacrificing your crown, how do you think Smokey will do on the final stage? Do you think he could beat it? Do you want him to beat it?
Yeah, I feel like a change, a new era is long overdue. I mean, we've gone so long without having anyone even make it in Stage 4. I think the last one was like, I don't know how many tournaments ago. To actually have someone beat it and have this be the 1,000 competitor. After 1,000 people, I think someone needs to beat it again so we can transition into a new era of Ninja Warrior Halo.
Well, Ree95, you've been one of the top competitors, if not the top competitor, over the last few years. It's going to be really sad to see you go. I thank you for all the great memories we have had together on Ninja Warrior of Halo. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now we're going to move on to the final stage where Smokey Massacre will be taking it on for the second time in his career. Let's head over there. Thank you very much, Hunter from like 2 years ago or something like that. God, I sounded different back then. Nevertheless, 99 challengers have tried and failed. We've seen our All-Stars and all of our other competitors that are retiring in this tournament end their careers. But now, there is one man still standing. Smokey Massacre faces the final stage as the last man standing, our last hope of seeing someone go all the way. He faces the final stage for the second time after first attempting it in Tournament 14. He faces two obstacles. First, the column climb, 12 columns which go back and forth. When he gets to the top, he must then transfer onto the turret, where he must do a full 180-degree turn and go up to reach the next one. He must hit that landmine at the top to achieve total victory. The time limit is just 40 seconds, and Smokey knows that he has got to be at the top of his game. He steps out to stare at the final stage once again. He's been here before, he knows what he has to do. He feels it is his destiny to succeed this time round. Alpha Puma giving him a pat on the back there. Does Smokey have what it takes? Well, before we find out, let's go and have a little chat with the man himself. Smokey Massacre, here we are again. This is the second time in 3 tournaments you've made it to the final stage, so how do you feel right now?
Oh, it's crazy. I didn't think I'd be able to do it this time because the third stage was definitely harder, or at least I feel like it was much harder than when I defeated back in Tournament 14, but we pulled it off, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
You made it this far in Tournament 14, but tragically fell short on the last jump. Do you feel like, from that experience, you are more prepared this time round?
Absolutely. I mean, in the last tournament, I was panicking. I was trying to go as fast as I could because I had no idea what to expect. Now I've been there. I kind of know what the deal is. I think chances are definitely better this time because I've been here before.
You've undergone a real turn in fortunes since we moved to the Halo 4 course. You've made it to stage 3 in every tournament since Tournament 11. What do you think is the reason for your sudden turnaround in performance on this course?
I think it's just because I've realized that I enjoy the stuff so much that when you enjoy it, you want to keep practicing and you want to do better, you know. If I wasn't enjoying it, I might just be like, oh, I'll compete, you know, and I'll just see how far I can get. But, you know, when you actually decide to take time and put a lot more effort into it because you enjoy it, the results will always reflect that. And I think that's what's been happening to me.
This tournament is, of course, such a big tournament, monumental tournament for Ninja Warrior of Halo, with this being the last tournament on the Xbox 360. The tournament when we reach 1,000 competitors, and of course the tournament where we're seeing all of the other 3 All-Stars, your fellow All-Stars, retiring. So what would it mean to you in such a monumental tournament to achieve total victory?
It would mean a lot, to be honest, because, I mean, I never saw myself as one of the top competitors on this course, especially early on, you know, like back in the old days on Reach. I felt like another schlum who just showed up to do runs. But like, now I see how the repeated practice and continuous tournaments that I've competed in has finally paid off. So it would be nice to get something back from all that, but I know there's a ton of other people who practice just as much as me, if not more, and they also deserve it too. But I'm just gonna give it all I got here on this final stage.
You're only the second competitor ever to make it to the final stage twice. The first man was Re95, and he achieved total victory on his second attempt at the final stage. So do you think you can replicate that?
Well, if my last performance does anything, I'd say I definitely am capable of doing it, but with how close I got last time, that could mean one of the two things. It means either A, I know what to expect, so I can probably pull it off this time, or it could mean that I think I know what I'm doing, but in reality I don't, and I'm going to make some stupid mistake. So either one of those two outcomes is definitely possible, and there's only one way to find out which of those options is going to actually happen.
Alright, good luck to you, Smokey.
Thank you, Hunter.
Well, he certainly seems confident, but at the same time, he knows the monumental task that stands in front of him. He knows that it will just take one simple mistake and it will all be over. But that is not going to stop him as he stands in the darkened twilight with the final stage behind him. He is a man on a mission. This is Smokey Massacre's 11th appearance on the course, and he has come such a long way since making his debut back in Tournament 5. From the lowly depths of failing the rolling ball on Stage 1, he has become one of the best competitors of all time on this course. Since Tournament 11, he has defeated every single Stage 1 and Stage 2 with utter ease. He has been completely dominant on every obstacle that's been thrown in front of him. Stage 2 he's shown no respect for, crushing it every time, usually with the fastest time. Although in Stage 3 he initially struggled to get to grips with it, becoming one of the last ever victims of the pillar path and one of the first ever victims of the body prop, both of them early exits. Since Tournament 13, his performance in that tournament when he made it to the Mongoose Slider, finishing in first place and just missing out on making it to the final stage, that was our first glimpse at Smokey's potential and just how much skill he has and how deserving he would be to become a Grand Champion. Although his Tournament 14 failure on the final stage was utterly heartbreaking, it truly does show how far Smokey has come on this course. So, the question now is, can the man nicknamed the Crab Man succeed? Can our last man standing and our last ever run on NWOH of Halo on the Xbox 360 write himself into the history books and become a Grand Champion? Smokey Massacre is ready to go. And of course it wouldn't be a Smokey run without the crab walk. This will calm his nerves a little bit. He will be aiming for that landmine at the top of the tower and hoping he can hit it in less than 40 seconds. He will need to muster up all his strength, all his speed, all his skill, and some if he wants to succeed. He knows what he has to do. Everything is ready for him. He is desperate to reach that throne and sit atop it. Alpha Puma is watching on. There's nothing he can do. All he can do is watch and pray for Smokey. The final ever run on the Xbox 360 is about to begin. Smokey's run will begin on the binary rifle shot. That's one. That's two. And that's three. Time started. He's off. He knows what he has to do to succeed. He's been here before. But can he handle the pressure? He's flying up the columns right now. He's going even faster than he was 2 tournaments ago. He's nicely up to the top. Oh, he almost slipped! He almost slipped on that last one, but he survives. And he's onto the turrets. Half the time's gone and he's more than halfway up. And he's flying up these turrets. He's flying into the history books. But can he keep it together? Can he handle it? 10 seconds as the klaxon sounds. Go on, Smokey, you can do it! It's your destiny! Smokey! He's done it! And with 2.9 seconds to spare, Smokey Massacre has done it! He has achieved total victory! Kanzenseya! He is the 2nd ever Grand Champion of Ninja Warrior of Halo. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! It is absolutely incredible. Smokey Massacre has done it. Alpha Puma, watching on at the bottom, is jumping for joy. Everyone's jumping for joy. I've lost my voice. Oh my god. Smokey Massacre. Oh, Smokey flew up the final stage, but he almost lost it there. On that 12th column, he just landed on it. That's how close it was to being heartbreak and this moment being lost. But maybe the jumping gods were on his side. but this is not luck. This is all down to Smokey's skill. Smokey absolutely deserves this moment. He comes to the edge, looking down. It's a good view from up there, Smokey. And Puma, the little man, watching on from the bottom, screaming his lungs out for Smokey. Everyone would have wanted Smokey to succeed. I wanted Smokey to succeed. There's not a single person here watching that wouldn't have wanted him to succeed. Smokey Massacre. Unbelievable. Such an incredible competitor. Absolutely deserving of this moment, of this title. This will never be forgotten. This guy has been such an incredible competitor. Just as Re95 deserved to achieve total victory back in Tournament 4, Smokey has just as equally deserves it now. And it's a truly incredible comeback and turnaround for Smokey Massacre. You can stand proud, my friend. He drops down. Well, I dropped down, but Smokey's going to be not far behind me. Here he comes. Time for the celebrations to begin. He's taking one of the turrets with him. It's incredible. Smokey Massacre. It's a true example of never giving up. He on the Halo Reach course didn't look like he had a hope in hell of ever succeeding. But since Reach, since we moved to the Halo 4 course, he has put in all the training. And it truly does show that if you work hard for it, anything is possible. And Smokey Massacre is the second ever Ninja Warrior of Halo Grand Champion. That's one. That's two. And that's three. Time started. He's off. He knows what he has to do to succeed. He's been here before. But can he handle the pressure? He's flying up the columns right now. He's going even faster than he was 2 tournaments ago. He's nicely up to the top. Oh, he almost slipped! He almost slipped on that last one, but he survives. And he's onto the turrets. Half the time's gone and he's more than halfway up. And he's flying up these turrets. He's flying into the history books. But can he keep it together? Can he handle it? 10 seconds as the klaxon sounds. Come on, Smokey, you can do it! It's your destiny! Smokey! He's done it! And with 2.9 seconds to spare! Well, now that we've all been able to catch our breath, there is one last thing to do. Time for our parting gift for the Xbox 360. Re95 will not be joining us on the Xbox One. So he is set to retire. But his last act in Ninja Warrior of Halo is to pass the throne on to his successor. Slightly moment ruined a little bit there by his lag, but we'll let him off. Also, anyone care to explain why Puma's changed his armor to cyan? Is that his party gear? I don't know. But Smokey Massacre sits on the throne that he's been chasing for 11 tournaments. And he has the ultimate glory. He is Ninja Warrior of Halo's Grand Champion. And with that, guys, we have finally come to the end of Tournament 16 and Ninja Warrior of Halo on the Xbox 360. The tournament started, like every other, with 100 challengers stepping up to take on the course. But unlike a normal tournament, we saw record after record broken, with more competitors than ever before making it to the second and third stage. But in the end, one by one, our competitors fell, and things were looking bleak. However, this tournament was not going to go out without a bang, and one man survived to the end. The man who runs his own Ninja Warrior obstacle course on Halo put all his skills to good use and scaled the final stage to total victory, and became the second ever Ninja Warrior of Halo Grand Champion. Smokey Massacre's unbelievable heroics will usher in a new era of the course on the Xbox One. But with the retirement of all 3 of the other All-Stars, it may usher in a new era of competitors. Challengers that will be hoping to replace the All-Stars and be the next generation, potentially that could join Smokey in the plethora of future champions. But that is for the future. For now, it's time for us to look back over the Xbox 360. We had 16 incredible tournaments across 4.5 years, 1,000 challengers, 617 different competitors, 140 Stage 1 clears, 71 Stage 2 clears, 6 Stage 3 clears, and 2 Grand Champions. So, from the new in Alpha Puma, the old in Re 95, your new champion Smokey Massacre, and yours truly, Hunter Unit 751, I want to say thank you to everyone, and we'll leave you with some of the best bits ever on the 360. Goodbye, guys.